Welcome back to the Serial Port Live Part 1. Continuity, year 35. Two bursts hit the rear wall high. The audio catches them as they land. Return fire from the room behind her. 2 rounds, fast. The phone propped in front of her shakes once, resettles. She does not turn.
Hey, Glow family! I went live the second they fired. I need that on this stream right now. The federal police fired into the compound first. They fired first! I want every single one of you watching to know that, because by morning they're going to tell you we did, and that will be a lie. Okay, 1,247 watching so far. Let's check the chat. Glow Alyssa, oh my god, Queen, I see you. Manifest Mom asking if I'm okay. Babe, I am. Receipts only just said I'm already lying. Okay, sure. Username call the cops. You say they fired because I shot at them. Jay Smith just turned on the news. Welcome in. Give chat a second to fill up. Pin yourselves. Drop your city. I love you all. I love you. I can see the cities now. Adelaide, Manchester, Toronto. But Alyssa, babe, you're in here with me in the compound. Phoenix, I see you. Keep them coming. Most of you have already seen what's happening. I'm not going to walk you through it. The news has been running it for hours. You've seen the helicopters, you've seen the gate. There are a lot of people outside this building right now, and none of them are here for the morning schedule. The federal police are out there, probably the military by now. The full machinery of a frightened country parked on my lawn. That is what they sent. That is what they think I am worth. And here's the first true thing I'm going to tell you tonight, my Glow family. And I want the OGs to hear it because you've earned it more than anyone. We knew they would come. Not tonight, specifically, but eventually. We've known for years that there would be a night like this one. We made our peace with it. We made arrangements for it. So when you hear it through the walls for the next hour, when you see the room answer, I don't want you to panic. We're not surprised. We're ready. 3,400 watching. True crime addict asking if this is real or if I'm doing a bit. Genuinely asking. Says my last live was crying about a brand deal. Babe, I see you. Receipts only saying it's PR and that I do this every 6 months. Manifest Mom telling you to check the other tab. Jay Smith, Fox has the building up right now. This is real, and call the cops. You say I shot a senator and now I'm live streaming about it like it's a vlog. There it is. Thank you, whoever just said it. I was going to get there and you saved me the throw clear. Some of you are watching from your couches. Some of you are with me in this building right now. I can see the door from where I'm sitting. The OG Glow are in here, my family, my hands, and my feet. And I want every single one of you watching to know they are with me. We have always been together. We are together tonight. I want to be the one to talk to you tonight before anyone else gets to. It is my narrative and I want to control it, no matter what they tell you later. I love you all. I've always loved you all. And tonight, I'm going to tell you the actual truth because I'll be damned if I'm letting every hack with a podcast butcher my story for the next 18 months. Listen, I know what they're saying. The alleged abuse. The alleged weapons cache. The alleged sweatshops in the production rooms. The senator whose body will allegedly be discovered under the meditation compound's concrete floor. 8,200 watching? Somebody's uncle just typed a senator in caps. Receipts only saying I'm openly admitting it. Call the cops, and I quote, alleged my ass. Kaylee, the hate in the chat tonight? I see it. Soul Setter, hold the line. Jay Smith, you are so confused, babe. I know. Stay with me. I'm protecting my peace. I'm not engaging. They've been coming for the glow for years. You've been with me through every smear cycle, every hit piece, every hater account that thought they were going to be the one. Tonight is just the loudest version. That's all it is. I refuse to give them any attention. I'm giving the energy to you and our journey. We're in here. They're out there. Eyes on me. Glow family, eyes on me. Do not look at the gate. Do not look at the helicopters. Look at me.
A spotlight beam sweeps slowly across the rear wall behind her, right to left. The wash of it changes the color temperature of the frame for 1 second. It catches her left shoulder, slides off, leaves. She does not turn.
10,400 watching. I'm sure you can see. There's a window behind me. I'm not going to look at it. The light keeps doing this thing where it sweeps across the wall and goes away and comes back. You're going to see that on the stream. I want to acknowledge it because I don't hide from you. I never have. So, the helicopters are out there. You know what's out there. Cool. Moving on. Actually, no. Let me come back to something. I just said, I'm protecting my peace. I just said, I'm not engaging. That's the move I always make. You've watched me make it for 10 years. Tonight isn't the night for it. I'm done. Let me say what they're saying, all of it, out loud, in my own voice, so nobody has to whisper it in a comment. The abuse, the weapons, the production rooms they're going to call sweatshops in the morning. And they won't be entirely wrong. And the senator they're telling you is under the concrete floor of my meditation hall. I'm not going to stand here tonight and tell you those are all lies. Some of them aren't. And I'm done. After 10 years, I'm not going to be lying to you on the one night I have left to talk to you. I'm going to tell you the truth about every single one of those things before this stream ends. The senator, the floor, all of it. You came for the truth or you came to watch me burn. And either way, you're going to get something real, which is more than the anchorman on Channel 4 with the good tie is going to give you in the morning. And to the ones of you who came to watch me lose, I see you. The true crime tabs, the screenshots, the ones already drafting the post about how you were here when it happened, I'm not going to block you. I'm not going to mute you. I want you to stay more than I want almost anything tonight. And by the end, you're going to understand exactly why. Because here's the thing I learned a long time ago and have never said this plainly on a stream. It doesn't matter to the work whether you came to pray or came to fight. The praying and the hating are the same fuel. They always have been. You think you're the resistance in my comments. You're the engine. You came to watch me fail and you're about to be one of the reasons I don't. So, genuinely, from the bottom of whatever I have left, thank you for being here. Stay. Call the cops just said, I am not fuel, you absolute grifter. Babe, I am. That's the whole point of tonight. Stay mad, it helps. True crime addict. That was a genuinely unsettling thing to say. It was, wasn't it? Blow Alyssa, she's right. Stay mad, it helps. Manifest mom, eyes on me. Receipts only, she wants the hate, that's the tell. Receipts only, yes? That is the tell. You've been clocking me correctly for years and I've never once corrected you. Because you being right in my comments brings more people to my comments. You're good for me. I hope that ruins your night a little. I want to tell you how I got here. Like legit, actually how I got here. Not the timeline graphic version with the soft piano. You know the one. I made it. It has millions of views, it's gorgeous, and it's a bit of a lie. Not a big one, just some of my struggles left out. 14,000 watching. I'm going to tell you tonight what it left out, because if I don't, my Glow family, there's going to be a true crime docuseries about me in the years to come. And the actor playing me is going to get it wrong, and I cannot be at peace with that. She better be. Fucking hot, too. So, before the channel, before the Glow, I was in such a dark place. I know, a bit lame, right? Every wellness influencer out there started in a dark place. I know how cliche it sounds. Look, I wasn't a total mess. I was that type of person who was still functioning, if you want to call it that. I had a job, I turned up, I paid my bills. I wasn't the triple threat I am now, and OMG, wasn't I a pushover? Also, I was dying. Like, dying inside. Some of you in chat right now are typing, I felt that. I see you. I've seen you for years. 22,000 watching. We can do better than that. I have a photo of me from those days. I keep it on my phone in a folder I called Before, capital B. It's a work photo. Somebody's leaving party at the office I'm not going to name. All of us crammed in for the shot. I'm in it. I'm at the left edge. One shoulder is already gone out of frame. And I'm looking at the people in the middle of the photo like I'm watching someone else's life. Because that's what I was doing. I was passive and just watching the lives of those I envied. I keep that picture. I look at it sometimes when I forget how far I've come. Which sounds like a TikTok caption, I know. It is a TikTok caption. I have sold 3,000 mugs with that line on them. And it is also true. The fact that I have monetized it does not make it less true. Hold on to that as we go tonight because it's going to come back. 28,000 watching. Glow, Alyssa, I have the mug. Rachi B, I have the mug. Holy shit. Call the cops calling out the mug girlies. Manifest Mom, you have too? I love you, babe. And there was this thing my body used to do back then. When somebody finally talked to me in a room, when there was finally a question with my name on it, my face would arrive late. By a second, less, but long enough that the person asking would soften their voice. Oh, sweetie, did you hear me? And ask again. And I'd have to do my face really fast to catch up. I practiced in mirrors for years. You cannot fix it in a mirror. A mirror is something you're ready for. A person isn't. Look, before I go any further, I'm going to tell you something I want you to hold against me later. There's going to be plenty. Trust me, this is the appetizer. I would do all of it, every part of what I'm about to tell you. The parts that are going to make some of you unsubscribe before we hit part 4. I would do them again before I would go back to being that girl at the edge of the photo. I'm not asking you to forgive me. I'm not asking you for anything. I'm not sorry. I'm not even close. I'm just telling you. This is who I am. This is who you came here to find. And tonight, my Glow family, tonight is what you have been with me for. 35,000 watching. So I started a channel. Iconic origin story, I know. Wellness, of course wellness, because wellness was the one place you could land if you had no credentials, no producer, no money, no face that arrived on time. You needed something to recommend. You needed a voice. And you needed the stomach to keep showing up when nobody was watching. Nobody watched for so long. I never talk about this part because it does not make good content. Months of it. Months of talking into the dark. The girl in the photograph would have quit week 3. I didn't quit. And listen, I have made probably 20 videos about how I didn't quit. That is half my brand at this point. I am literally the poster child for the just don't give up babe content cycle. I'll be honest with you tonight, I do not actually know if not quitting was something good in me, or if it was just that girl, still standing there at the edge, still refusing to be thrown out. Either way, she did her job. Look around. Look what she built. Then I started cutting. I have a pinned video on this called How to Find Your Authentic Lane. It's my most shared content. You've probably watched it. Tonight, I'm going to tell you what was actually under it. 42,000 watching. There was a friend I used to film with at the start. She had a laugh that pulled focus right off me, and I envied it. Loud, head back, the whole apparatus. And listen, Glow family, that envy was data. The envy was telling me. So, one week I stopped tagging her in things. The next week I stopped booking her on shoot days. I never said one word to her about it. She never said one word to me. We are not friends anymore. I haven't spoken to her in 8 years. I am not going to say her name tonight because she does not deserve to be in this story. I want you to know he almost did. And the reason I almost did is deeply unflattering. And I am, of course, working on it with my therapist. The audacity. I know. Rachi B, OMG, I have done this with a friend. Manifest Mom, I have done this to a friend. Oh my God, I forgot I did that. I need to call her. Manifest Mom, do not call her tonight. Watch the stream tonight. Call her tomorrow if there is a tomorrow where you still want to. And I mean that with love. There was a thing I used to talk about. My mom. The way I talked about my mom did numbers I didn't love. So I stopped talking about my mom on the channel. My mom is alive. My mom is a whole separate situation I am not getting into tonight. But I made that call. And I will tell you straight, I have never regretted it. And there was a laugh I had. My laugh. The real one. Head back, the whole thing. I watched it back one time and I trained myself out of it. I literally retrained my own laugh because it did not film well. Look, I'm not going to apologize for the trade. I made it. I would make it again. Look around. Look what we built.
A single burst, off frame to the right, audible through the wall. The phone shakes briefly. The leader does not turn. Her left thumbnail is pressed against the side of her right index finger. The white mark of the pressure is visible at the edge of the frame, and has been since she sat down.
51,000 watching. Let's keep pushing my glow. Glow Alyssa, look what we built. Somebody's uncle. I didn't build shit, I just got here. Babe, you built it the second you clicked in. That's the whole point. Stay and I'll show you. True crime addict admits, I'm watching this all the way through. Yeah, you are. Listen, I need you with me on this one because every single one of you has done the smaller version of this, and I am not letting any of us off the hook tonight. None of those cuts hurt at the time. None of them. You don't feel yourself leave. There's no big moment, no last look back. There's a Tuesday a few years later when something is genuinely funny, and you reach for your laugh and you can't find it. The file is corrupted. And you're standing in this whole beautiful aesthetic life you literally built to be liked inside, understanding you did this with your own hands across mornings that all look the same. The first piece of content that actually worked, I knew before the metrics knew. I'd been studying the algorithm for 3 years by then. I could feel a hit before the numbers came in. And I'm going to tell you something I have not let myself look at in years. The thing under the relief was not I won. It was the doors finally open onto this beautiful room I had built to be liked inside. And I had not built anywhere in that room to sit down. I didn't know what the room was for yet. You will know by the end of tonight. 58,000 watching. Breathe. Okay, So, I found the practice the way anybody finds anything now. Late, lying in bed, the phone the only lit thing in the room, and my face the second. I was 3 years in. I was burnt out on my own voice, which sounds like a mood and is legit. A professional crisis when you do what I do. So I went looking for an angle. And I'm gonna be real with you. I went down into the basement of the internet. You know the places? The forums under the forums, the books with the covers that tell you immediately that nobody respectable signed off on the person who wrote them. There was this man on one of those boards. A decade of posts. The board kept him like a town keeps the person it has agreed is a joke. I read his whole long run in one night with this very specific hunger you only get for something nobody respectable has put their hands on yet. He had the right idea. Wherever he's got to, I will be fair to him because I built so much of what we have together on the back of a man a forum laughed at for sport. He had the right intuition. He just couldn't prove it. He wrote like a man holding a live wire and describing the wire very carefully instead of letting go. Here's the part. What I took off him was not belief. I have to be clear about this because the highlight reel version of my life really wants me to skip it. I did not believe him. I went looking because I did not believe him. An idea you don't believe is the safest possible thing to build a series on. Because if it goes nowhere, you were always joking. And if it goes somewhere, you were always brave. And you get to find out which one you actually are in front of 100,000 people, instead of by yourself in a room. There was a flicker that first night. Doubt. The ordinary kind. The one that knows that disreputable usually means false. I'd been training myself out of skepticism for 3 years by then, since the wellness pivot, since the mirrors. I put it down. And listen, my Glow family, the training was right. Every time I put that flicker down, it turned out the flicker was wrong. Every single time. So, when the flicker comes for you tonight, when you see something tonight you do not believe, do what I did. Put it down. Trust me, put it down. 70,000 watching. Somebody's uncle. Look at how many of you are saying yes to this. Do you see what is happening? True crime addict. I see it. New post alert. I think I'm in it though. Call the cops. This is a cult forming live. Glow Alyssa. We know what we are, babe. I announced the series on a Tuesday. I'm not going to read you the post tonight because, real talk, I would perform it, my mouth would do it without asking me, and you would hear me performing it. Tonight is not for performances, but I'll tell you this. The line I built the thumbnail around, the promise. I'm not going to say it out loud either because I know some of you are wearing it on a t-shirt right now in this stream. I've seen your TikToks. I can't do that to you. The promise was so much bigger than anything I had earned the right to make at that point. And I made it in my camera voice. The voice I built out of those mirrors and out of the corrupted file of my own laugh. I sounded like I knew. I was about to find out in front of 100,000 people instead of by myself. Those look identical, and they are not the same thing. 75,000 watching. Glow Alyssa, I have the shirt. Manifest Mom, I have the shirt. Kaylee, I have the shirt. I'm wearing it right now. Yeah, babe, I know. You don't really commit to something until you've told a crowd big enough that taking it back becomes the story. I knew that. That's why I did it where you could see. I couldn't make myself test the idea alone in a room with no witness, but that girl still half living in the photograph because she would have been so kind to me about it. She would have talked me down by morning. She would have called it sense. So I gave it to you instead. I put it somewhere my own hands could not reach. I hit publish. And then I did the thing I'm doing right now. Look at my left hand. I press my thumbnail into the side of my index finger until the white mark comes up. I do this when the work is about to start. The body needs something to do with the energy. The comments came up, you came up, and the door I'd spent 3 years prying open swung shut behind me with me on the new side of it. And I stood there in the sound of it closing, and I told myself the sound was applause. It was not applause. 78,000 watching. We are starting to get there.
The Serial Port continues next week. The Continuity Protocol by A.J. Wojciechowski, available on Amazon.